And yet another heads up sit-and go, since a lot of my sit-and goes have ended kinda quickly. I'm gonna try to get some interesting hands in here. And I always raise the button here, and twice this guy folded to me, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna fold some blinds so that I can steal them even when they get more expensive. And here I have a jack at the top pair. I kind of think he would have raised with an ace. It's kind of a tight player, so by the 3 there I don't really like that card, so basically don't beat anything right here. Takes the kicker out of the problem with the deuce if I had another jack, but I think he can beat a jack, so I'm just gonna fold this. I didn't invest that much in the pot. And continue raising all the buttons. This is normally a great flop. Heads up, it's kind of hard for him to release anything. If he has like a jack and a 10 or a jack and a queen, he's probably not going to fold it. And here he has this one, because always when I raise I've hit this flop, so I'm going to think about it and fold. I don't think he can run me over. And it's kind of a slow connection to the internet here, causes me to lag a bit. Open a straight draw and a 7. I think the 7 is good as well. I'm gonna call and I'm gonna fold if I miss it. 9 high is actually good for him, and he doesn't raise that hand from the button. That's kind of good to know. It's a really good raising hand. Gonna continue to play, even though this backfired on me a couple of times. You can't change your play to play different when it's the right play. Oh, the flush draws is a semi bluff. I'm gonna call it. I think it's gonna pay off if the flush hits, and I miss. It's really hard to see what he has here. He's representing a king. He might have a 4. Just gonna fold it. It's kind of a frustrating thing when you play a new opponent and he seems to hit everything. You just have to be patient. And it's kind of a pattern in his betting. He's betting really big when he bets. He's betting pot even when the board changes, so he can't possibly have the nuts anymore. He's betting the pot. So that is what I'm gonna take advantage of. I'm gonna look weak and make him bet big. I'm gonna check this. I think this is his best hand, so I'm gonna check it. And I kinda have to raise here because there's too little in the pot to make him bet 30. So either he'll fold or we'll build up the pot so I can get a big pot from him. I think this is best hand as well. 10 high. And normally when I call here, he bets big and I fold. This time he didn't, but now the 4 diamonds on the board can't make me go any further. And there we see he had a 10 as well, and I think he would have released that hand. Of course I'm gonna call it that small. If I would have pushed on the turn. Since I hit, I have to call this down, but yeah, I don't think I could have made him lay that down. Just gonna give this pot up as well. Let him have it. And continue raising my button. Soon the blinds will go up, and that's actually a good thing for me. I want to play the bigger pots against him, and he is kind of weak. I think most of the time when he made a play against me, he had it, and it helps that I never had it. So I'm kind of grinding my stack down here, but See if we can change that. I'm gonna check races, but no. And I just to check call it, or might not even check call it. I really would have wanted to get the check race in there on the turn. And he's taken pretty much every big part of this heads up SnG, and I'm not very far from getting it all in. First decent hand, and of course I'm gonna miss. Almost getting the odds here. The odds. But it'll be a kind of fishy play. I still have 600 to play with. Gonna have to fold it. And when he makes that move and I actually have something. This is a really close call. I don't know what he's pushing with pre-flop, because he haven't done this play. I think his game plan is to grind me down slowly, and he thinks that taking this from my stack will do damage to me. Since I don't know enough about his play, I'm gonna fold it. Normally I kind of call there a lot, but with that hand I'm just gonna fold it. A king high, but an insta call with a 9 high. And as you see in the stacks here, it's kind of even now. Kind of gave that one away. This is never the best hand. And the 6 here is almost always the best hand. I'm gonna call this down anyway. And as I said, 6 there, it's almost impossible for him to have an ace there, especially as he has played earlier this SnG. And now we see here that he had a tendency to bluff. I'm gonna bet this, hoping he'll raise, because I don't think he put me on a 6, and I would have bet flop with any other of those cards. Nothing there either. If he moves all in here, I'm gonna call, of course. With the king high this time, and this looks like this will be over. It is over.